If you would have to name an athlete that could bring you into trouble next year, who is it?
Damn, hard question. But I can give a huge predict because, I'm watching a lot of people. I understand the potential, the talent, everything. And I can say, who can take my place at this moment in the future. And if he don't stop, I'll say Romashka boy. For me, he's really talented, and he's a guy that he's still a kid for me that will rise, and this kid will shock everyone. I know it already, and he's shocking everyone already. But yeah, I think in the future, after maybe 5-6 years or even more, if he don't stop, he's going to be like me or even better.
I remember us being at FIBO, and after the event day, you were explaining to me what skills Romashka boy did, like a Jaeger, if I remember well.
Yeah, Jaeger, Kachov. But this is skills that people don't understand. Even high-level athletes, they don't understand how hard this is. And he's doing it like nothing, So for me, he's already at the highest level in dynamics. There is nothing more to add. He can do everything. Maybe I don't know, 1080 in the future, and that's it. But for statics, I can see now he's improving a lot in front lever. That's really good. And the weak point that he has is planche, but he will fix it in the future. He just need to gain more strength, more muscle mass and everything. He'll do it. But this guy is talented. He's one of the stars that I can see, and I can put on the top right now for the future.
It's true. His front lever is really crazy. His dynamics are crazy, or like front lever is becoming much better, and dynamics are crazy. Talking about the planche, there are so many tutorials out there, so many progressions, so many videos. Why are most people still struggling with planche? What do you think? Like even after launching and helping people with their planche in your programs as well?
I think I can explain like the biggest problem that people have with planche. They're training really wrong, not only the techniques, but also the system that they have. For example, I'll give you an example. Now I have a guy that I'm working with, and he asked me, hey man, I want to learn straight arm touch, SAT on the front lever. I want to increase my pull-ups. I want to do mounties, and I want to do this, and this. We start to train. I prepare routines for him. For example, for SAT, I prepare for pull-ups, for mounties and everything. And I explain him, man, at this level, if I can say by my side, by my point of view, if you want to progress in something, you need to focus on it. For example, you want to learn the SAT and to make it maximum good for your level, you need to focus on this SAT. But you cannot push so much elements together. This is impossible. For example, people that are focused only to increase the planche, they succeed. They can do it. In the future, maybe 2-3 months, 1 year, 2 years, for every people is taking like different time. And there is other part of people that are training everything together, and they're super surprised that they cannot progress in anything. So that's why I'm telling you, in my situation, I'm competing, I'm preparing myself with combos, I'm training everything, also and dynamics, and I'm progressing. So there is something that I realize, if I train one element, even for 2 months, it's going to be crazy, So people need to understand their goals, and they need to focus on one by one by one by one. And with the time, they will have that crazy level. If they focus from the beginning to push everything together, final result will be nothing.
So 2 months is a good period to focus on one element only, you would say?
Definitely. I promise you, if you have a system, if you have a good routine, good food, good eating, sleeping, and everything, and you understand your goal about this element. For example, maybe you have 3 front lever pull-ups. You want to go to 10, and you need to focus on this thing. You know already your goal. It's 10 pull-ups. You need to eat good, to have a routine. Every day that you're training, you need to push yourself to upgrade more and more and more, to progress even more. And it's impossible to not reach level. Yeah, probably you can. Maybe you'll not reach 10 in 2 months, but you'll be from 3 to 6 or 7. So this is a combination that people need to understand. And when they work on it, they progress. And for example, in the online coaching, I have people that they're like, hey man, I'm training front lever and I cannot increase my hold. I'm stuck on 10 seconds. Can you help me? And I'm asking them, what you're training? And he's like, oh, Monday I'm training dynamics, second day I'm training front lever, next day I'm training planche, next day Maltese, second days I'm training combination. It's impossible. And when I ask them why you're training like this, he don't understand. He cannot explain. And I'm like, oh, you need to focus on this. This should be your main goal. You need to put a lot of work on it. And that's how the things are happening. That's why people from the online coaching, they start to progress more, because for example, people like me that understand, they make a plan, they make everything, and the student is following the plan, and the results are just a matter of time.
So on the one hand, there are the people focusing on too many things at the same time. On the other hand, there are also the people wanting to work out 7 times per week, and then they injure themselves. And a program at coaching is really helping to find the sweet spot, the middle, and to find a good structure to be able to work specifically towards one goal.
Exactly. Like, things for me now, to understand them, it's super easy. But for some people, for a lot of people actually, it's super hard to understand. They're training the planche, they're getting, for example, planche, they're getting injured, and they're like getting more angry, and they continue to push this element, push, and the injury is getting even worse. People need to be smart. They need to understand the goals. They need to have a system, plan. They need to follow the plan, of course, and everything is happening when you have a system, when you have a plan, and you're working smart. Smart working is the most important thing.